Welcome to the First Look seminar, and shockingly, Gino Bacola, there's not a pick six carryover going into Saturday, but boy, we've got a great weekend ahead. Saturday, Sunday, Monday racing, plenty of racing and plenty of action out at Santa Anita, Gino, my friend.
Yeah, our focus will be on Saturday and the late pick five. The Saturday card is all about the Calbreds. Calbreds from top to bottom on Gold Rush Saturday. Then on Sunday, we'll have the Corgi races out on track. People love coming out on track to see that. And then on Monday, it'll be Memorial Day racing, graded stakes action, a couple grade ones, and the grade 2 Hollywood Gold Cup, and then the Folds of Honor poker tournament following that. And I think all the on-track events begin on Saturday, like the beer festival, the barbecue festival in the infield, the carnival, Memorial Day carnival out there. So there is a ton of stuff going on over the next few days at Santa Anita.
Plenty going on, and Seminar Skip was out at the track today, bringing out some new friends, which we always love to bring out new people, showing them around. And he made it all the way back to the home studio for the last race and back for the show. So that's dedication, Skip.
I did. I might have gone through a couple stop signs, but
Chappie, make sure he gets the mileage for work too. Make sure he gets that.
We calculated that.
Pay him in the mileage for that trip.
Course.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it was a beautiful day out there. You know, just setting up for a great weekend of racing. Tomorrow, the Calbreds, as Gino said. Sunday, we got the Corgis out there with the carnival, and then Monday we got Memorial Day, a day we'll never forget, and the Folds of Honor after, and great racing all weekend. So, and listen, we're the only place that's going to have great weather. Back east at these other tracks, they're going to be sloppy off turf. So Santa Anita is going to get the full attention all weekend, which I love.
No question about it, and plenty to do. And let's start here. Like Gino said, Calbreds take center stage tomorrow. And Skipper, we start in race 6 with the late pick 5, and that is the Crystal Water going a mile on the turf. What are your thoughts here in leg 1?
Yeah, Flyover's the big favorite, even money, and rightfully so. I know it has a win at the distance, but I was going to try. There's a couple short price horses. This is one of the ones I'm going to try to beat. The ones that I am going to use, I'm going to use the one, Santa Barbarian. This horse ran really good, got sharp, broke its maiden, and then ran in the Snow Chief last year and won the Snow Chief Stakes. And then they got a little ambitious and went the San Juan Capistrano, way overmatched. Came back, did not run bad, had a little trouble in that comeback race. With that race out, this horse could get a good trip, and we know it likes Santa Anita's turf course. At 10-1, I'm going to use the 1. The 2, I'm definitely going to be using 2. This horse was boxed in last time, had trouble. I love this horse stretching back out. Like Santa Anita, 3 of the wins have been over Santa Anita turf course. It's come back, and it worked good on the 17th. I'm going to use the 3, Cali Cat. This horse, I love the blinkers off move. I've said that numerous times on the show. Comes out of this Call Me Corey race. Call Me Corey is really, really good. And Mystical River ran today and ran good. So I'm going to use the 3 Cali Cat. I'm going to use Prince Dulce. Sharp. Knapp claimed this horse off of Carla Gaines. Won very nicely last time. I like that one. And I'm going to use Flyover also. So I'm going to go 5 horses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 to start things off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7 to 5 deep there. Gino B, what's happening with you in race 6?
Respect the 7 Flyover. Thing about Flyover, he's 5 for 10, and Skip was kind of hitting on it. Like, he is a feast or famine type, right? For a horse who's going to be a really short price, he's not relatively consistent. You sort of like horses that that they're in the money 9 out of 10 times, right? Or because for him, if he doesn't really get things his own way up front, or something goes a little bit wrong, a lot of times he's just kind of packed it in. Now, on paper, he does look like the horse to catch and beat. I don't think there's that much other early speed in here. So when I'm looking for my long shot, I'm going to go to the 8 here, Curlin's Chaos. This horse is 30-1 on the morning line. Just a couple things. So he actually has the co-top buyer in the field. It was on dirt, right? So his 96 buyer is on dirt in the Real Good Deal. That does show me that he has a level of class, though, that at least could be comparable to Flyover. And look at the Twilight Derby. That's a grade 2 against Open Company, where he's going 1.125 miles on the turf, and he's only beat 2 lengths that race behind a Tietlin and Stay Hot, like legitimate graded stakes horses.
Yep.
Following that race, the Twilight Derby, he runs into Big City Lights and Mana Rose. Mana Rose is one of the best Calbreds right now. He's a 12-time winner. Big City Lights is a graded stakes winner. And then after that race, he's off for a year and a half. That last race, it just looks like a total workout. They put him out there on May the 10th. He just ran around in a circle, did nothing. He comes back and works 7 days later on May the 17th, and now he's in to race on the 23rd. Maldonado's aboard. This horse is going to be forward. He's going to be close up early in this race. He is a little bit sneaky to me, stretching out, second start off the long layoff. I hope Flyover goes, and I hope he's sitting right behind him in case Flyover stops. I think the 8's going to run really, really well at a big price. Curlin's Chaos.
All right, so Gino adding in a 30-1 shot here to mix it up in leg 1. Gino, we're going right back to you for race 7. We're going 1 mile and 16th in the Malaire, 125,000 up for grabs here. What are your thoughts on leg 2?
What makes this race a little tricky is and you see this in state bred races a lot of the time, wherever they are, if it's at Florida bred races or if it's California bred races, but the connections of these horses that have some ability, they want to take shots in these stakes races because you don't get a lot of them. So sometimes you get a situation where like only 2 horses have ever been beyond 7 furlongs on the dirt in this race. None of them have been long on the dirt. Like this is not what any of these horses do. When you go through all of their form, they're like turf horses or dirt sprinters. So I think there's one horse that actually could run well because of that. And that's the 5, Cecilia Street, who actually has gone a mile on the dirt, ran really well behind Liberation last year at Los Al, and then has never gone a mile on the dirt again since. It's all been longer on the turf, shorter on the dirt. So is Mohaven and Run with Liberty, the horses that beat Cecilia Street, maybe they're better than her, but could the mile on the dirt possibly be the equalizer if Mohaven doesn't want to go that far and maybe Run with Liberty isn't a dirt horse? Right? At least we know that this horse can run well going long on the dirt. Give me the 5, Cecilia Street, along with the logicals. The 4, Mohaven, is probably going to be really tough to catch in here. It just does not look like there's very much early speed in this race either. And if Mohaven catches a flyer, she could be long gone. 4, Super Logical. I definitely want to make sure the 5 gets in the mix for me, Cecilia Street.
All right, so 4, 5, some of the logicals. Like Gino said, Mohaven, Skipper, look, very short number, but it's never gone 2 turns. Who knows here? So what are your thoughts in leg 2?
I'm going to take a stand in here. This is going to be my single, and it's going to be the 3, Run with Liberty, because we know that this horse is proven around 2 turns. It's 2 for 2, and I tell you what, this horse has been ultra impressive in both starts. It looks like a real nice one, Calbred for Jeff Mullins and BG Stables. The dirt is a question mark. But on the bottom, the dam side, there is dirt breeding. And I tell you what, before this horse ran, it was training on the dirt, and it trained well on the dirt. And that was the telltale sign to me. It didn't look like it, usually they have that turfy action and aren't getting over the dirt well. That's not what I saw from this one. I'm hoping somebody goes with Mohaven, or Mohaven can't get the distance. I love the 3, Run with Liberty, and I'm going to single here.
I love it. Gutsy single there, Gino. Right?
Good single. That's a great spot to single if you like that horse, because I think most people will probably single the 4 in that very same race. You're going to be against them. And 4, 5 for me. And then probably some 3, 4, 5 now too. Skips that strong. But this is the type of race where I want to try to beat. I'd love to get against Mohaven. Just on paper does look like the one to catch. At least Run with Liberty can sit close too. Like that last race can sit close enough to stay within striking range.
Yeah, and that's, Gino, that's kind of what I thought. I mean, last time it was right on the pace. The first time it was way back and made that big sweeping move. Last time it was right off the leader. So it does have tactical speed, and I know he could get the distance. Or she could get the distance.
That's what makes those races so fun. And a lot of these is that if you're in that division, it's like, hey, we got a stakes race here for $150,000, $125,000. We're going to take a shot. Even if we may not be a dirt horse, let's see what we got, right? And that's what they're going to give a run for their money here with Run with Liberty. Did you
guys give the one a look at all? I know coming out of a maiden race, that's pretty tough. We always talk about Carla Gaines never winning first time out. She did win first time out that time and now stretches out. I just thought, an interesting
the race
horse.
has been live too. That horse,
Yeah.
Krista McLaughlin, came back to win by 8 lengths in the next start. So she beat a nice horse. But yeah, like you're saying, it's not that I want to dismiss her. If anyone has a little bit more reason to like her, it's just so tough from that turf sprint going to a dirt route in
Versus
second
winners.
start.
Yeah.
Right? Just from one start to the second start, drawing the rail. Like, you'll probably get a fair price on her, though. Like, it's not like she's a short price that we're trying to knock. It's just, I didn't have enough to get there, but I wouldn't talk you off getting there for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I just was bringing that up. But George's favorite jockey, Florence Drew, was aboard, too.
Did you see the article today that I think he's going to be heading back? It looks like towards Churchill, I think, to have a lot of his base over there. So he'll have some mounts here, maybe a few on over the weekend, but I think he's going to be heading back now towards the Midwest.
Yeah.
That was a key race because She's No Quaint came back and won the last race today. So that was a live race.
And maybe you get ahead of it even before everyone starts seeing those italics pop up, right?
Right.
Yeah. Interesting price. And the horse probably won't get bet, but I mean, obviously I'm with you guys. 3-4. I think the 3 has got huge upside and everybody's going to single the 4. So, all right. Right back to you, I believe, Skipper. We go into race 8, a mile on the 8th, the Snow Chief on the turf here. What are your thoughts here in race 8?
I'm going to go too deep. I'm going to use He's a Knockout. That horse has been very impressive. Broke its maiden going 5/8 at Del Mar, came back off the layoff, won going 6.5, and won, broke fast and finished fast. I put on my notes. This horse should be able to get the distance. It will be in front, but I'm not going to single. I'm also going to use the 7, Third Beer. This horse drops out of Open Company back to Cowbred Company. He just ran against Bust Out. Bust Out won the stake last Sunday at I think it was last Sunday at Santa Anita. I can't remember what stake it was, but it was for Michael McCarthy. Look who else it ran against. Stark Contrast. That horse came back and won on
Grade 1
Derby Day.
American turf.
Horse next race is going to be in the Belmont Derby, and one of the favorites probably for Michael McCarthy. And so that horse, I love the company. It's been keeping. We know it likes the distance. We know it likes the grass. Third Beer's actually my top play, but I'm going to also use He's a Knockout too. I'm going 3 and 7.
All right. Something that Captain Chalk Jr. III has never said no to, a Third Beer. 3-7 for Skip. What about you, Gino?
Yeah, Beer gave me. We're very similar here. I'm just going to add the 1. I think the 3, as he pointed out, is the horse to catch, but we haven't seen this horse go that far. I wonder, I want to think the 4 can put pressure on the 3, but the problem is they ran against each other last time out, and the 3 was so far ahead of the 4. So it's like I'm not sure if anybody can really put pressure on the 3, but if the 7, everything that Skip was pointing out, the running lines, the races with Stark Contrast, the 2 races with Calbeds, both wins. Now back in with Calbreds. Sometimes it's just that simple. The 1 Unrivaled Time, he's better than that last race. 2 starts back, he ran behind Stark Contrast as well, who we were just pointing out. And he has a good late turn of foot. I think he's just a little quirky where you just got to kind of hold him and let him make one late run and not let him get a little too eager, because sometimes he goes a little early and then he flattens out. I think they can just grab a hold, give him one late run from the inside. So I'll go 1-3-7.
1-3-7 for Gino. And there's another race where, you got a 6-5 favorite on the morning line who's never been past 6.5 furlongs, now going a mile and 1/8, right? So, I mean, the talent is there, but there's a lot to prove tomorrow at a short price, Gino.
Compete repeatedly, right? All of these short price favorites in a row are not going to win. Maybe 1 or 2 go down, but that's the key, is in the sequences. Which one can you be strong against? Can that be the race where you maybe spread out a little bit, give yourself some opportunities? And yeah, I think we have a really logical horse there in Third Beer. What's nice about Third Beer too is they can sit close. So if the speed horse gets loose, maybe, and some of these other horses can't keep up, at least Third Beer can be stalking maybe within a couple lengths and maybe fall into that victory.
Yep, no question. All right, Gino, right back to you. We're already on race 9. We're going a mile. State breds, of course, once again, optional non-winners of 120. What are your thoughts here in race 9?
We'll take another big swing. So Start the Ride. I think the two horses that I feel like are the horses to beat in here are in the middle of the group, the 4 and the 5. So you've got, and they're kind of opposite end of the spectrum from running styles. You've got the 4 King's Ride, who's actually a half sibling to the horse Brickyard Ride, who was a graded stakes winner and a really nice Calbred. And Brickyard Ride was a sprinter, but he actually did stretch himself all the way out to a mile under the right circumstances. So maybe that can be the same for the 4 King's Ride, who has been a little bit unlucky. He was part of a 4-way battle last time out. He was 3 deep. He poked his head in front, but the rail horse battled back. Start the Ride makes a lot of sense. He was 3rd last time out. The big price horse that I want to use is the 8 Spiritual Advisor. So he doesn't have to be as far back as Start the Ride or Gypsy Cowboy. And I think those might be the closers in this race. Like, go through the rest of the field here. Cowboy Mike wants to be forward. Known Idea is stretching out from a sprint. Majestic Palisades, he doesn't really pass horses very much. He kind of puts himself in and then just sort of runs around in a circle, like just off the pace a little bit. Like the 4 King's Ride, he's stretching out. The 5 JT's Watch, I think he wants to be forward. Yep. And then Sir Percival. So you're kind of left with 3 closers. One of them, Start the Ride, super logical. And then you've got the Gypsy Cowboy and Spiritual Advisor. You know, you go through Spiritual Advisor and you toss the last 2 sprints. Look at 3 races back, going a mile at this level. This horse is winning, sitting 3rd, coming from off the pace at 9-1 that day. That's not even that far back. We're just going 3 races back, which is, 3 races back for him ends up being a year, but only 3 races back on his page. So, yeah, I think Spiritual Advisor, the price horse that's a little bit muddied up coming out of those sprint races, getting back to going longer, and the race looks like it should set up pretty well for a horse coming from off the pace. Give me the 4, 5, and the 8 here. Feel like I got the best of the speeds with the 4, the crazy wild card with the 8, and then the 5 should come running.
Yeah, like Gino said, once again, pace is a little bit muddied up here, and maybe a bomb like Spiritual Advisor Skip could come in. Do you have any prices or anything that you're looking at different here in race 9?
The only one that I'm going to add that Gino didn't, I'm going to add the 1, Cowboy Mike. I like this horse putting the blinkers on, breaking from the rail. They got to go from the rail. They got to do it. And if they do go, this horse has shown that it could sit a little bit off it. It doesn't really pass horses too much, but I'm hoping with Rosario's muscles and power, maybe he could, if he doesn't make the lead, that, maybe he could push this horse to pass a few horses. So I'm going to go 1, 4, 5, and 8. Gino, I'm glad he mentioned the 8. I like that horse, especially at a price. And going back to the mile races are not bad, Gino. So that's great handicapping.
Well, Cowboy Mike is, I don't know why, to me, seems like that horse has been around more than, it seems like the horse has been running for about 12 years, right?
Yeah. I think there's like another horse with a similar name that we might be like putting the 2 of them together, right?
Yeah.
That's something, because I agree with you. I was like, 6, he's got to be 9 years old for sure.
That's hilarious. All right, we get to the 10th and final skip, and just like today, we've got another full field. We got maidens. We're going a mile on the turf. These are good races to look at. Good races. Sometimes you can get a price. What are your thoughts here in race 10 to close things out on a great Saturday, leading into a terrific Sunday and especially a great Monday?
Yeah, it's a good race to end with a mile on the grass. I'm going to use the 1, Robin Olds. This horse, the first 2 races, had a ton of trouble in both starts. Then last time, it ended up losing by a nose and got disqualified. This is a quirky horse. It can't stay straight, so I don't trust it, but I got to use it.
I think Skip, after the first couple races where he was kind of getting bullied, he was like, hey, I can do this too, right? He tried to do the same thing, and it's like, nah, you can't. So maybe he's got to figure it all out now. But I agree with you. He's had some eventful trips in the first 3, right?
Absolutely. The other one I'm going to mention is the 5, Oracle of Paradise for Brian Corner. This, going back to the Del Mar races on the grass, first time out was not bad. I think I bet it that day. It was from the rail, And we did a show, and I think it was training well going into the race, and it ran good.
Yeah.
It got second, and then they put it right into the grade 3 Del Mar Juvenile Turf. And didn't run that bad there. It only got beat, 8 lengths, but those were good horses. Hey Nene, Plutarch was on the Derby Trail for Baffert. So the 5's got to be on there. I like the workout on the 17th. And then I'm going to put Gaines in also. Yeah. Carla Gaines is so close. She almost got that. What is it? Or what number of the win, Gino?
Is it 3? Are we waiting on 3 right now?
I think it might be 3,000.
Yeah.
And she almost got it in the last race today. This horse, they named it after her. Maybe she gets it with a horse in her name. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be very cool for sure. Yeah. So
then the last one I'm going to mention is the 11, Flash of Lightning. This horse puts the blinkers on. It's had some troubled trips going into that last race. It was in the same race as Robin Olds. It got put up that day, to 3rd. But the races before that stumbled. The race before that, rough start, troubled trip, off slow green. This horse, they're putting the blinkers on. Maybe that helps it. I'm going 1-5-9-11 to end things off.
1-5-9-11. And, Gino, we talk about this all the time. Trainers getting hot, trainers getting cold. Like Leonard Powell's been on cold a little bit. Doug O'Neill's been cold, but he did win 2 today. So maybe he's turning the corner. And, a trainer who was cold for a while, but really heated up is Richard Baltus with the 11. Baltus has been on fire as of late. Yeah. And all of a sudden he's winning at a 26% clip for the year.
There's honestly 6 or 7 horses that wouldn't shock me. And I think we gave Carla a little more credit because I think she's coming up on 800. So we were already into the thousands, and I think well up there. So just looking at Equibase, but that's how good we feel like she's won that many races through the years, right? So I guess that's a good thing. It's better than if we would have said 800 and she was going for 3,000, right?
You're right.
This way he was training Cowboy Mike 12 years ago, but
Absolutely. And we do point out that if horses show that kind of ability first time out for her, they generally have the ability because she's just not the type of trainer that cranks the horses to win first time out. So I expect Gaines to run really, really well. I think the 1 is going to run well, who Skip mentioned the 5 and 11. They're super logical. The horse that is named after Chappie, Hungover on the outside. We can't forget about that one. And
that'll be me on Tuesday after the Folds of Honor.
And actually, a tip for you too, Chappie, if you're trying the grass for the first time, you probably will be hungover. So just keep that in mind. Da-dunch.
Well, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, you're gonna have a headache.
Something. You'll definitely feel it. You'll definitely be feeling it. We gotta say a shout out for my good friend, the Lucky Sniper. What's wrong with this 8 horse here who debuted on February 8th, going 6.5? This horse, slow into stride, last of 9, inside, ran into traffic, traveling really well, and then has to angle and shift all the way around out into the 4 path, found room, and then closed well. That's the type of running line. Even if I didn't watch the race, that's the type of running line I like to bet for a horse stretching out. And the horse who beat him in the debut, Romantic Ride, he came back and won his next start with the 78 Beyer speed figure. I think Lucky Sniper is a little bit sneaky in here, and 20-1 seems too high. But if he is 8-10 in that range, I still think that's fair, right around that price. So logicals with the 1 and the 9, I'm definitely going to try to get the 8 in the mix with them. But this race is not an easy way to close it out. If you're playing any type of pick 5 or pick 6, Skip and I were just mentioning 5 horses that you probably have to feel like you had at least those 5 to feel like you have the race mapped out with the top contenders. So yeah, maybe you can shorten up with one of the favorites that we didn't like earlier, and you may like one of them a little bit better, but really challenging way to end that 10 race card on Saturday.
No doubt. And that leads into the weekend, Skip. And obviously Sunday, we've got the Corgis. The Corgis are always terrific. I mean, there's so much more going on. And Monday, what a card, Skip, with, the 3 big graded stakes and then ending things with the Folds of Honor.
Yeah, I can't wait. The Hollywood Gold Cup is on Monday, the Shoemaker Mile, the Citation, great racing. Should be a great day out there. And looking forward to the Folds of Honor. Should be a great thing. We didn't have it last year, but the years before we had it, and we always had a great time playing with, trainers, jockeys, Chappie, Dave Weaver, numerous people. It was a lot of fun out there. And Gino, I'm going to use Lucky Sniper. So thank you for letting me know about that one.
I can play George O for a second. So if Monday you want to play in that Folds of Honor poker tournament, 30 minutes after the last race, it'll be in the players room in the Baldwin Terrace, and it's $150 to get yourself in. That's the cost if you want to get involved. So for the $150, you get the full day at the races, a reserved seat, the night of poker, you get drink tickets, food included, the silent auction, all that stuff with the $150 donation, and you can win some of those prizes. It's a fantastic fundraiser for the organization that provides scholarships to the families of those who have been in accidents when they are providing service. So it is a really, really great organization. And if you can help at all, make sure you get out there on Monday.
And the way they set it up too, we can attest that, they have professional dealers come in, they have a clock, so the blinds go quickly. It moves along very fast. I mean, it's very well organized. And, they put bounties on the jockeys and the trainers, and it's just a heck of a lot of fun. So what a great way to end the whole weekend. So everybody come out all weekend long. There's so much going on. Let's all win some money, and we'll see you guys again next weekend. So good luck, everybody. Thank you.